Good morning, peeps. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sharing my morning workout with you. Yeah, for those people who I'm sharing my morning workout, right? Especially for those people who are into the healthy lifestyle. Yeah, to have a lifestyle. Yeah, the lifestyle I chose to adopt. Yeah, when you're at this age of your life, you gotta do something. You gotta be active. You gotta be physical if you want to be healthy. So, after my pleasurable TV episode of a track and field, watching Shelly-Ann, Sharika, Elaine, and those young ladies do their runoff, it was such an exciting moment for me. Yes, I know that's healthy for me because I got my adrenaline rush running, yeah? And those are necessary in our human body to keep ourselves healthy. Yeah, laughter is medicine for our soul, medicine for our body. It alleviates a lot of the diseases that a lot of people have. As I always share with people, it is important to keep yourself healthy, especially when you're getting up in age. Most people who neglect this aspect of their life, by the time they're my age, some even earlier, by the time they're 40, they come down with all these kind of diseases, and then they have to live at the doctors for operations and medications and stuff. I am trying to avoid all that as much as possible, seeing and being a part of a family generation who suffers from a lot of those kind of ailments. It is up to us as the human being, as God gift to mankind, to put out that effort to maintain a healthy lifestyle for ourselves and our well-being. Nobody can do that for you but you yourself. You have to have that mind focus. You have to put yourself in that situation where you can get that kind of energy into your life. You know, as I always tell people, anytime you're trying to do something positive for yourself and, for your life, Satan always comes to tempt you, to tell you, to distract you, to say, don't do that and don't do that. Yeah, misery love company, you know? I sharing one of my chattings with my daughter the other evenings when, she was saying, I said some hurtful things to her on the phone and she was so hurt. And I'm like, but you said a lot of hurtful things to me too, and I am hurt. But at the same time, it's just Satan trying to interact and mess up people's plans on moving positively and making a better way for their lives. So she was sharing, but mom, there's no such thing as bastard children, Um, how could you use that term to me and my daughter? I said, well, what I learned from having children out of wedlock, they're called bastard children. And children who are born in wedlock to marital parents, they are considered to be, bless up Marlon, love you, mwah. They're considered to be a, a blessed children because they're coming out of a marital union, and you choose to have your child out of wedlock. So but she's saying, but my child is a blessing and my child is a blessing. I said, well, of course, sweetheart. She said, but you didn't say that. You said horrible things to me. I said, it must have been Satan talking because you know your mommy that she's a loving person, a caring person, and she's not going to want to hurt anybody, especially somebody she loves like you. Yeah, because I put out that effort to even make sure you were born into a family that is wedded, and you have a mother and a father there that loves you. But despite circumstances, things do happen to make people fall short, get ill, get depressed, and do the weird things. So in life, she's like, but mom, where I am in Canada, everybody's doing single parenting. Everybody's having the bastard children. So I said, Well, misery love company, and if everybody is doing it, then nobody will feel out of place. But in truth, as it said in the Bible, you should get married and you should have your kids under wedlock, because those children really do have a blessed life. They really do have life easier than those who are single parented, or those who have a child and just have them out for the fashion of things. Not to say that your child still can't be a blessing. It is a blessing, because anything that comes into your life that brings you joy is a blessing. And my granddaughter brings me joy, you bring me joy, so that is a blessing for us. Yeah, but it's just that I'm saying, if you had gotten married and have your children in the way society and the Bible and godly people expects and ask us to, it would also be a blessing unto the children, because they get two parent support. The two parents is there with them morning, noon, and night. The mother, they're seeing love, they're learning love. They are happier children. Normally they're more caring and loving, and they're not so angry and bitter. And the whole point of life, when people are very angry and bitter, it's because of their childhood. Whatever went on in their childhood as they were brought into the world, if they see their parents struggling, their mother struggling, they're going to look for what was the cause of it, who is the cause of it, what happened, and then they will be angry and bitter. And having angry and bitter people into this world, yes, the world is going to be a harder place to live in too, because some people, because they're angry and bitter, they want to dish out anger and bitterness on others too. So therefore, it's natural to see, single parent children born out of wedlock is gonna have life harder, and they're going to be very angry and bitter people. But at the same time, children are a blessing, because they bring joy to humankind and they bring joy into the world. And even though things happen and people make mistakes and things fall apart, God forgives. And if we can forgive, then that is even more of a blessing, when we can forgive each other and live good, even with the person who angers you. You can live good with them, you can love them, even when they are hurting you. You understand? And that's where the blessings comes from. And that is some of the saying where God say, you turn one cheek, them slap you upon one cheek, and you turn the next cheek and give them to slap you. And they keep doing that, doing that. You don't do anything about it. You don't do revengeful. You pray about it. So I suppose that is where the blessings comes from, when you're trying to live a good life and to continue reaping the blessings of the Lord. But I've seen where my mother wasn't from a marital union, and she had life very, very hard, and the ones who were in marriage homes and stuff like that actually have life much easier. The end of the story is that they are the ones at the end who choose what kind of life they want for themselves. So even though you might be born into a marital union and it might be such a blessing, yes, it's a blessing because you get much, you get a lot, but at the end of the day, you have to make that choice. And if you're going to make a bad choice because of whatever reason you want to take on life in a more adventurous world, then it's not your parent situation why you are having a hardship type of life. It is your choice as an adult to choose that hardship life for yourself. So therefore, there's no one to blame. But in the early stages, when you look on how some parents purposely bring their children into hardship, blame your parents for your hardship, because some people do some really painful things like get married, divorce, run off, start next family, and then you have a whole barrage of children being very angry at their parents, So blame your parents because of your hardship of your life. When you look on it, if that was the childhood that you had to grow up in, you can't blame people, you can't blame politics, you can't blame nobody. Blame that on your parents who chose to give you that lifestyle. And in addition, you have some who they go out and them get married, them get pregnant for married men, and married couples, them try break up married unions. Yes, your picnic them is going to have a harder life, because that is not the done thing to do in life. That is not the way to get blessing. You need to go out and you need to try and find a nice partner, and try and make life work for you, and you start the cycle of life, start a generation, and believe me, it life becomes better. Life will be better if you make the right choices. So even if you know your parents chose a bad life for you, that does not mean that you have to continue living that bad life out. You can make the change for your life by the actions and the choices you make. So if you're going to wanting a better life for yourself, you know that it is wrong to go out and do those little things because you're inviting hardship into your world, into your life, into your kids' life. Then you try and take the positive route. You try and go out. It's not gonna hurt if you find a nice innocent partner. Everybody said I'm looking a rich boy and a rich girl, but sweetheart, you have some really hardworking, ambitious people that will work hard with a good partner and build themselves up to a very good position in life. And if you take that route, yes, sweetheart, it is possible. Ask God to guide you. Ask for forgiveness. Pray to the Lord to help you to make wise choices, and you'll be surprised to see where He leads you when you're not doing things to purposely hurt another person in life. Because when people in pain and them tears and them bawling a fall upon you, it not pretty. It's sufferation. So be careful in the things you do in life so that you can continue living a blessed life and an easy life and a comfortable life, because that's what life is about. Life is challenging and hard as it is. You have so many people out there into the world having hardships and challenges, and they don't even know why they're having it. Some of them don't even know God, them don't even know Bible, and them don't even believe in it either, because they're like, but everybody is doing this and this working out for them anyway, and I don't believe in this thing. But in truth, life is easier for those people who stick to them kind, yes, and who get married and have kids just in the order that it is expected to flow. It is easier. It will be easier. But is some of us with a stubborn head and our miserableness love to take on the challenges of life and do the opposite, do what they think they can handle to show off and show the world, say, me good, me can do single parenting, me better than everybody else and whatever. And no, it's not pretty and it's not rewarding and it's not the done thing to do. If that is what life dishes you because you get married and your husband may have died, they said there's a blessing for widows and widowers. So, if you want to take on that challenge to grow your children single handedly, nothing wrong with it. There is a blessing that is to follow it. But some people, sometimes God send another person into their life to help them out with it. And it depends on how it turns out. But in the end, do the right thing. Get married, give your child a mother and a father to grow them, and pray a lot to ask God to help you to make the right choices to have that marriage union, because that single parenting, I am not really for it, and I don't think one person should be having a kid and is the sole stressor for growing that child. It's like you're putting hardship on the child. You're making the child bitter and angry and hurtful, even though some may say it's a happy child. Well, it depends on what you surround your child with. So if you surround your child, if you're a single and you surround your child with a whole heap of single people with kids, then it will become a norm, or it will seem like it's a norm. But until you go around people with couples in relationships and having family, then you will see the real living, the livity, the real life blessing that a married couple and their kids live, the type of lifestyle. Then you'll realize what you're doing in your single parent drama and surrounding yourself with those type of families is not really the done thing. You're actually inviting hardship into your life. But as me say, misery love company. So when they're doing it, they don't even know that they're doing wrong, and they love, some of them may know that they're doing wrong, but they encourage other people to follow suit and follow them because them want friend, them looking company. It feel lonely to be in a separation situation all by yourself. In the same way, it feels lonely to be wealthy all by yourself and successful all by yourself. In everything, people needs company. So the thing is to find people like yourself. Find, if you know you're striving for success, you find people who is striving for success like you. If you know you want to be in the poverty life, in the single parent strugglers life, then you're going to go and surround yourself with people like that into your life. If you know you want to focus on your health and your well-being even as you grow older, then you surround people like that in your life. And that's me now doing my healthy focus, my taking care of myself. So, I encourage people like that who is like me, trying to eat healthy, try to do the right exercises, physicals to keep healthy because we're stepping up in age. Remember, we don't want to be old people and we popping down. We don't want to be that. I'm surrounding myself with people who wants to eat healthy, who wants to look wealthy and take care of themselves and look beautiful. So I'm gonna do my morning stretches. Yes, I'm not as strong as I was before because I'm recuperating from my exercises from my operation. The type of exercising I have to do is a little bit more gentle, but as I go along, I'm gonna get stronger and better because everything starts off in baby steps, one step at a time. So as I said, people, I surround myself with people who wants to be healthy, who wants to live a healthy lifestyle and a wealthier lifestyle. So we do things to motivate us to stick to that channel, right? We leave all the negatives behind and take up the positive. Let me carry my towel with me because, like how it's morning sunshine, sometimes we do a little sweat, you know, and I need to wipe off. But my caps catches so much my sweat too, so it don't do that. So even if you have caps like this, it is good. It's the flexi caps, you see? Can do like that. You can do like that. I have them, so you can contact me if you need any. Back to my yoga mat. Woo. Oops, put on my glasses. So guys, before you start off, remember saying your prayers is a help. Namaste. Namaste. Breathing of the sunshine. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. Thank you for this beautiful world. Thank you. Namaste. Stretching your arms up. This exercise work the thighs here when you bend back like this and go up. Your thighs have to have power. Your tummy have to have power. Your back have to have power. You do at least 5 of it. It feel a bit strenuous and hard, but in time you don't have to go all the way back. Right? 2. It's just a tilt backwards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Stretch up. 5. Woo. Set your good on your mat because you're gonna go down lower. That means sitting on your heel. You see? I'm sitting like this on my foot. So before I was like this when I was tilting backwards. I do at least 5 to 10 of it if you can. I'm gonna do forward now. Forward stretch like this. And lift up. Try and lift up from pulling up your tummy walls. That helps to build your tummy muscles. your knee slightly. You don't have to keep it straight until later on you straighten it. Straighten your feet out. Get the support while sitting. Balance. Hold your feet to rest. But hold the balance. And breathe. Let's get strong abdominals. Yeah, right here, build up the muscles in your tummy. And all your legs too, you know. Because you have to tighten your muscles in your legs. Work them. Frog. Cross your legs. And breathe. Right? Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. See? Mm. Short and simple. When you're finished, you give the sun God thank you. Give plants manga tree thank you. Give them hug. Hug them. Oh, love you, love you, love you. Mm? Walk around and I greet all my plants. Talk to them and try to interact with them. My bamboo cat. Mm? Thank you give thanks for water and you share your water. See? Sprinkle some, share it. And that's my morning exercise today. That was my morning exercise I shared with you. Yeah, some of my people said I can't do some of my stretches, but even if you do one or two, you'll get to that point eventually where it is like a build up. But you have to start somewhere and just work at it, and you'll be surprised to see how far you get, just one step at a time. That's the challenge, and that's what life is about. Life is about taking on challenges. But why I am wondering why some people take on the most dangerous challenges, some self-destructive challenges. You need to try and focus on the positive ones, the blessing ones, because you want a good life. You want good things to happen to you. So, you can't just always take up some um, self-destructive challenges, and then you wonder how comes that person is doing well or that person is doing better than you and you are not doing as well, and what is happening. Think about what you have been doing with your life and the choices you make, the challenges you choose to take up, and then you will realize, oh, so that's what's been happening why I've been having a horrible life. Believe me, there are other people out there having a good life because of the choices they make in life. So you have to make good choices too. So bless up and have a wonderful Sabbath now. Thanks be to God that we're here to live and to share another beautiful sunshiny day. As I say, it's all in the sunshine. Vitamin D and nourishments.